Hello everyone, hope all of you doing good. So today we're gonna see unit testing. What is it? Why to use? Advantages and disadvantages. So let's start. What is unit testing? Unit testing is a software development process in which the smallest testable parts of an application called units are individually and independently scrutinized for proper operation. This testing methodology is done during the development process by the software developers and sometimes QA staff. The main objective of unit testing is to isolate written code to test and determine if it works as intended. Unit testing is an important step in the development process because if done correctly, it can help detect early flaws in code which may be more difficult to find in later testing stages. Unit testing is a component of test-driven development or TDD, a pragmatic methodology that takes a meticulous approach to building and product by means of continual testing and revision. The testing method is also the first level of software testing, which is performed before other testing methods, such as integration testing. Unit tests are typically isolated to ensure a unit does not rely on any external code or functions. Testing can be done manually, but it's often automated. So basically, unit tests are just code blocks, you can say, like a class or a functions which are a part of a software or code based. So when we do these components like classes or functions we tested, those are the we call it unit testing. So let's see what next. How unit test works. A unit test typically comprises three stages: plan, cases, and scripting, and the unit test itself. In the first step, the unit test is prepared and reviewed. The next step is for the test cases and scripts to be made. Then the code is tested. Test driven development requires the developers first write failing unit tests. Then they write the code and refactor the application until the test passes. TDD typically results an explicit and predictable code base. Each test case is tested independently in an isolated environment as to ensure a lack of dependencies in the code. The software developer should code criteria to verify each test case, and a testing framework can be used to report any failed test. Developers should not make a test for every line of code, as this may take up too much time. Developers should then create tests focusing on code that could affect the behavior of the software being developed. Unit testing involves only those characteristics that are vital to a performance of unit under test. This encourages developer to modify the source code without immediate concerns about how such changes might affect the functioning of other units or the program as a whole. Once all the units in a program have been found to be working in the most efficient and error-free manner possible, larger components of the program can be evaluated by means of integration testing. Unit tests should be performed frequently and can be done manually or can be automated. Types of unit testing. Unit tests can be performed manually or automated. Those employing a manual method may have an instinctual document made detailing each step in the process. However, automated testing is the more common method for unit tests. Automated approaches commonly use a testing framework to develop test cases. These frameworks are also set to flag and report any failed test cases while also providing a summary of test cases. Unit testing tool. Generally, unit testing is a manual process, but now some organization has automated the unit test with the help of these tools. By using unit testing tools, we can cover the maximum coverage, performance, compatibility, and integration testing. All the unit testing tools is implemented as a plugin in for the Eclipse. Unit testing tools are used to used by the developers to test the code of application or to achieve the source code of application. Following are the most commonly used tools for of unit testing like NUnit, JUnit, TestNG, Mockito, PHP unit. Now let's see advantages and disadvantages of unit testing. Advantages of unit testing. The earlier a problem is identified, the fewer compound errors occur. Cost of fixing a problem early can quickly outweigh the cost of fixing it later. Debugging process are made easier, then developers can quickly make changes to the code bases. Developers can also reuse code migrating it to a new project. Then let's see disadvantage of unit testing. Sorry for writing this white box. It was a predefined template, so I maybe forgot to write here unit testing. So test will not uncover every bug. Then we have unit test only test set of data and its functionality. It will not catch errors in integration. More lines of test code may need to be written to test one line of code, creating a potential time investment. Unit testing may have a steep learning curve, for example, having to learn how to use specific automated software tools. So this was advantages and disadvantages. Don't get confused. I repeat, this is for the unit testing. Disadvantages of unit testing. So let's see what next. Now let's see conclusion. Unit testing is the most important type of a software testing that eliminates all the issues at the early stage of development. It helps us find the root cause of errors and prevents them from migrating to the next level. Since every unit or components of the software product get checked in unit testing assures high quality software. So this was the unit testing. Hope all of you understand it well. If you're not, you can drop a comment. So if you like this video, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, please consider to subscribe the channel to get more videos like this or to access the whole playlist of this software testing course. So we will, in next video, we will see integration testing. Till then, be safe, be good, peace.